Hello guys. Hello, how are you? Hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another live edition of the Unapologetic Negropean. In today's video, we're going to discuss a initiative which is happening for us diasporans, done on a bigger scale than the one that we've been speaking about in Tanzania. Something which will help us to give us a bit of a platform when we go back to Africa, when we go to Ghana, to be more specific. It's a village that's been built, purpose-built for us diasporans, for us returning diasporans, which is always welcome. It's going to offer brand new, well-equipped, affordable housing for us, which is really nice. You know, this is something that we need. It's actually a lot like the initiative that's happened in Tanzania with the German company building those houses. But the German company in Tanzania, I forgot what their names were, but Go Black to Africa was there. I think he bought a couple of pieces of property there. About that company, they did something that this other Ghanaian slash African American, yeah. So he's an African diasporan. What he isn't doing. So what is he doing? He is not allowing Africans, native Africans, Ghanaians, or any African, continental Africans at all. He's not allowing them to buy property or to live in that property in this particular village. This village is going to be purpose-built only for diasporans, with a special focus on African Americans. This is, I mean, I don't quite know how to make of it myself, really, because, you know, for me, when you start splitting people up in that kind of way, it's never a good thing, really. Now, I know a lot of us will, yes, that's what I was saying, bomba clat. So this is what we're going to discuss today. We need to discuss the ethics, you know, the moral values that this facility is going to harbor, if it harbors any at all. What kind of people will say, well, you know, I'm going to specifically live at this property because, well, there isn't going to be any Africans there. Who's going to do that? What kind of people is it going to attract? Are you going to be one of those people that says, well, I'll give it a go. I know who I'm going there to live with, and the caliber of people that clearly this place is going to attract. Of course, it's going to be a high caliber people who are strong-minded, clearly, right? Most of whom are going to be leaving the diaspora because of the Europeans that they once lived with. I call Europeans also European Americans as well, Euro Americans. Mia 007, that's a good question. Is it legal? I don't think it is, but you know what, that's a really good question. But the problem is here, Mia, is that I think we as diasporans, I think we focus too much on what is legal and what isn't. Even if it's legal, is it right? You know, is it morally defensible? A Jamaican building an only African American village. He's not. He lived in America for a long time. I didn't know he was Jamaican, but when I was listening to his voice, I was like, hang on, he sounds Jamaican. He could have been from another Caribbean island mixed with an American accent. But we're going to talk about him in a few moments. Yeah, so that's what we're going to discuss today. We're going to ask ourselves whether he should be doing it, whether you guys are okay with it. His YouTube is, oh God, Black Star Village. If you type in Black Star Village, it should come up, and it's his name, Bomani Tyhemba. Yeah, Bomani Tyhemba. This is the hello, Uncle Sam. So yeah, this is the gentleman who is on the thumbnail. He's the gentleman who has started this initiative. Now, you got to remember here, because until I see something physically there, and I'm not just talking about the 70 acres of land that he has secured for this project, which is a lot of land, even in central Ghana, that's a lot of land. When you secure that amount of land, then you need to do something with it. He is adamant he's going to build this thing. You know, I just, when I know there are people showing off who they've got backing from, private investors, that type of thing. When you know you've got somebody who has private investors, then it becomes a good thing, because you won't get any money from private investor unless you invest a certain amount of capital yourself. So obviously someone's read his plan and gone, there is something in there. We can make some money off this. But he hasn't had any of that. He doesn't have any private equity firms that are willing to put that money inside it to grow something. There is the problem is that the types of people who are moving back in the diaspora, and this is going to be horrible to say, when you got money in the diaspora, everything is a-okay. You get shielded from all the excrement that gets thrown at us, middle class and lower class diasporans. You get shielded from it. So you don't see a reason to move back. You don't see that reason to move back. So the people who are going over there are going to be people, middle class, lower class, who are going to not have a huge expendable income, right? So he knows this. He clearly knows this, and he wants to make sure that we can pay for it. It's as simple as that. He doesn't want people that don't have money going there, regardless. You know, he's not charity. And that's okay. That's okay. But should we accept this? Should we back up our African continental brothers and sisters here and say, no, we won't take this. This is unacceptable. This is a big question, because right now there are people out there who have problems, and there are other people that can solve their problems but choose not to do anything. They choose not to help other people solve their problems, because they're not your people. They're not your people. No, that's their problem. Look at all the nasty things they do to us. They don't see us as one of their people. So why should we, you know, the Europeans who are coming over there, they're not offering anything for free. They're not asking for their validation or anything like that. Why should we? Why should we? Why should, you know, if we're not going to be treated like them, then why should we act as if they are one of us? There are going to be people who are going to be asking these questions. Mr. Uganda, the race to form enclaves. Why does everything have to be announced? It's weird, eh? It's weird, but there's a clear reason why he's announcing it. The reason why he's announcing it is because he wants to attract that type of person, Mr. Uganda. He wants to attract it, because these are the people who are committed. They are committed. And like I said, he's focused on the African American ethnicity as a whole because he knows that they've got money. Okay, the wealthiest by GDP within within the African diaspora, by far, I would say. So this is what I'm saying. We are going to have problems now because I think more and more people are going to follow him. More and more people are going to say, that is a formula. Let's just build it. Because even when I'm thinking about it now, and I'm like, wow, to live in a place amongst people who are just like me, who have my culture, that I can just go over the road and knock on the door. I'm going to be greeted with somebody who doesn't just look like me, but someone who talks like me, someone who has come from and grown up in a similar background and everything else. Isn't that nice? But you're still out of the environment, out of the UK. You're still out of the United States of America. Clearly, there's going to be people who are going to be attracted to that. So I can't, you can kind of understand why he's doing it. I am, and I've been asked to ask this gentleman to come on to the show. And what we're going to do is perhaps not after this, but hopefully this weekend, I'm going to ask him to come on and have an interview. I'm sure I'm sure he won't have a problem with speaking to us about his feelings. It'll be interesting to hear what he has to say, because I can make assumptions. I can easily make assumptions. What I know is that he said what he said. And as, I don't know, it sounds racist, doesn't it? Well, think about the disrespect that you're going to give to those native Africans. Wow. Even if I was a native African and I know I couldn't afford one of those houses, that would still pinch. I'd be like, well, yeah, that's out of order. Why would you even think that continental Africans would want to live with us diasporans? What makes you think that they'd want to do that? These continental Africans in general, they have an extremely strong, rich culture. No matter which ethnicity you look at, they're all hardcore, aren't they? So what makes you think that they'll want to live amongst us Mzungus or whatever they call us? I'm not sure if they would. So why go ahead and, so this is what I'm saying, and he's not stupid. This Bomani, he knows that they wouldn't want to live with us anyway. So what a great thing, what a great sales pitch really to give to people, diasporans, American diasporans who want to move back, but don't want all the shade thrown at them like a lot of these YouTubers have been getting. To being able to live amongst the community and not worry about, whether you can give your baby to another person to babysit that child, and the babysitter is not going to beat them, which happens often in Ghana. I don't know if you know this, but if you have children who go to a nursery, a kindergarten or so forth, and they do something naughty, they're going to get it. And that's that's normal. And okay, you know, when we were young, I'm talking like we're like 100 years old, back in the day when we were young, when we were younger anyway, regardless, when we were much younger, we used to get the same thing. We used to get a hiding, but I think it's a different thing when you're getting a hiding from your parents, when you know your parent is perhaps doing it out of love. They don't always do it out of love, don't they? Sometimes they do it out of frustration, but it's good to see it's a different thing because that parent sort of owns you, right? But when you have a different person, a person who could be a sadistic person who enjoys inflicting pain on people, would you want your child to get struck by that person? I know I wouldn't. I don't strike my kids myself, so why would I allow somebody else to do it? No, not on. Not on. And so we're in this situation, and James Bond, let's have a look. I have watched Bomani for years, and he did not say only AAs. He was even asked about it. So where is this coming from? You might have just come in. I didn't just say AAs. I said he's specifically targeting AAs, but it's all diasporans. He's not allowing Africans inside there, but he lived in the United States of America, and clearly he is targeting Americans. It's a wild one. It's a wild one, Mr. Uganda. And it's crazy to see all these people coming out. Where is this tension coming from? This is a good question. Where is all this tension coming from? Why are these guys outwardly saying these sort of things which you would expect from, you know, the Euros? Why are they talking like this? Where is this anger coming from? That they can just go out and just stick a blanket on an entire ethnicity of people. Boom. No Africans. And he did say Africans. Okay, so he never at any point, he never said, no Ghanaians, no Gambians, no, we don't really want Nigeria. No, nothing like that. Boom, all of them. Now, you've also got to ask yourself this. If a rich Nigerian comes in and wants to buy 3 of those houses, he's not going to say no. He's not going to say no. He's going to sell those houses. Okay, let's not be silly. Money's green. And people who want that money, they don't care where it comes from. They just want the money. Right? So for me, it just sounds perhaps like a sales ploy. I'm going to ask him anyway, regardless, and see what he says. T. Kelly, and his name is not from Nigeria. That's the audacity. It's not his real name. I was looking for his real name. It's not his real name. But yeah, that is really audacious, isn't it? If I were ADOS, I'd try Liberia again. Yeah, it's just... Do you know what? There's a problem with Liberia. You don't have to be that rich to live a good life there. But a lot of people who go there say that there are too many Europeans who are living, and Asians who are living very, very comfortable there. And they have a good foothold on the locals. They know they've got that power over the locals, so the locals are kind of subdued. Last time I was in the Gambia, I saw that myself. I got a lot of evil looks from the locals, but I didn't get any evil. But the Euros that were there, that were disrespecting the locals, you know, disrespecting the facility, the employees at the facility, the Senegambia Hotel I was stopping at. I don't know if you guys know that hotel. If you've ever been to the Gambia, is the Senegambia Hotel still around? I stayed there anyway. And yeah, so the employees there, they were good as gold. And if you know, then you know when they pray in the dining hall area the last time I was there anyway. And they're just getting disrespected by these, you know, typical Euro trash. So yeah, it's a strange situation. We want to have our piece of land, and I think many of us would want to go back to Africa and live there and live amongst the locals and feel comfortable living amongst the locals. I think a lot of us do. A lot of us do. But a lot of us would feel more comfortable living with, dare I say, our own, you know? So you know what I'm saying? And let's have a look at what you guys are saying. I just think that is, well, I'm going to see what you guys say first. UN, his real name is O'Neill Brown. Thank you very much, movement. Thank you very much. Scambia, O'Neill Brown. Okay, I'm going to ask him whether there you go. I'm going to ask him he will come on for an interview, because I think this is fundamentally important. Yesterday I spoke about a woman who was saying no African Americans, and then now I'm speaking about a man who's saying, hey, you know, we don't want any of these locals here, if possible. You know, I don't know what's going on. Why do you not think we can live with each other? Do you think it will become a hostile environment? Will our kids integrate into the community? Will they do that? I've seen plenty of children, you know, move to different countries and not integrate into the community because they've just stayed inside their own community. Is that what we're going to have? Is that the only way we're going to be able to coexist in the same environment-ish at the same time? Do we need to make sure we don't live with one another? Okay, I'm going to go through your okay, Jane Bond. Yeah. If I was I've read this one already. T. Kelly said, James Bond, facts. I pulled up the site and it said all black Africans. Lol. But it doesn't say European people and, yeah, LGBTQs. Okay. Well, what your website says and what he says are two different things. Whatever happened to Garvey Town in Ghana? I've never heard of Garvey Town, if I need to be honest. Do you remember who actually started that initiated it? That initiative? Let me know who that is. I hope this is not another Liberia 2.0. Wow. Yeah. Me neither. Can you factually prove this allegation? It's not. It's so. I won't even hesitate to have this man come on himself, and hopefully he'll come on this weekend and he'll explain why he said what he said. I'm not going to go into trying to prove whether he said it or not when I know he said it. Okay, we how to with Susie Q. We have to initially create our own communities there. There's nothing wrong with that, I don't think. Who agrees with Susie Q on this one? Because, you know, let me tell you what the problem is, right? You got a lot of people, right? In the United States, things are different, right? I lived there before. I lived in New York. And of course, New York doesn't mean it's the whole entire United States. Some places are worse for this and other places are not as bad, okay? But what I found is that this melting pot of cultures and races and peoples in New York, these people don't mix with one another. They tend to tolerate one another. They work with one another. They'll see people in the gym and hello, yeah, hello, and that's it. Apart from that, the Puerto Ricans, they hang out with the Puerto Ricans. The Dominicans, they hang out with the Dominicans. The Jamaicans, they hang out with the Jamaicans. They live with the Jamaicans. Even if you look at the Europeans, the Irish, they live amongst the Irish. That Irish, by the way. People in Ireland don't consider American Irish, by the way. I don't know if you know this, but I live there. They don't even consider them as Irish. So I always find it funny when I hear somebody say, oh yeah, I'm Irish. Anyway, but the Russians, they live with the Russians. They live in their own little Russian communities. The Chinese, they don't mix with one another. And what I'm afraid that you're going to get with something like this, is you're going to get African American, or even, no, I would say African American, because it doesn't really happen so much in Europe. It does happen in Europe, but not as bad, right? What you're going to get are people who have lived inside that environment come over to Africa and then try to mirror that sort of way of living on the African continent. And I think a lot of us as diasporans, we don't understand that we need to sort of give things up. It's not going to be all, you know, sunshines and rainbows. We're going to have to give up something ourselves. We're going to gain something by moving to Africa. We're going to lose a lot of things as well. Know that not everybody who looks like you are going to be au fait with you. It just doesn't work that way. What they're going to do, as soon as they hear your voice, they're going to know. You know, they're going to know how to treat you, and they're going to know that you are not one of theirs. Right? And this is not nice for me to say. I'm trying to be respectful, but this is very much how it works. And so I'm just hoping that part of American culture, because it's not just AAs, it's American culture altogether. I hope that isn't brought over to the African continent. Yeah, because they've made a lot of progress in the last 20 years. And there's always tribal conflicts happening, you know. What you don't want to do is go over there and start more. Like what Brawley Turner is saying about Liberia 2.0. Well, I heard an AA messed up Liberia. Lols. If I was ADOS, go back there and sort it out. The Liberians. Oh wow. Let's not go into that. TK, I've been going to Africa for 35 years. Wow. It's a long time. He probably was on an American channel, so therefore it makes sense. No, it was his channel. Apparently he said it on, but he makes so many videos. If you go to his channel, you'll see it for yourself. He makes so many videos. That's just crazy. I think he made 10 videos today. Yeah, 10 videos in one day. He's blowing it up, man. You know, and he's got like 20,000 subscribers as well. So a lot of people believe in him. But like I said again, I will say it again. Is it morally correct? You know, should we do it? Is it going to have a long-lasting impact on the people who are going there? to blend in with the environment, or, you know, to assimilate themselves with the people. That's what I was trying to say earlier. You're not going to assimilate yourself this way, are you? You know, I know some of you are probably saying, oh, do we want to assimilate ourselves? Well, if you don't want to assimilate yourself with the people, and the people is the main reason, that's the main thing that makes a country beautiful or not. Not how nice your roads are, not how tall you build your skyscrapers so you can house your, you know, your caged little people that you have from 9 to 5. No, it's the people. The people make a country beautiful or not, an environment beautiful or not. I could live in a dump and have beautiful people around me, nice people around me. Just have peace in my mind, you know, that I'm not constantly looking over my shoulder for something bad to happen. So, yeah, people don't understand this. You get a lot of people who come from the diaspora, come from the UK, France, the United States of America, and they go back to Africa and they're like, oh, well, you know, they think that they're in a better place. But it's not the way it is. It just isn't the way it is. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit jaded here. I'm going to keep it going. Bro, at the end of the day, AA is still welcome in Africa. Yeah, and I know this, definitely. Dynastamia visits Africa all the time and never gets turned down. Yeah, but it's not, but it's the other way around this time, Brawley Turner. It's the African Americans that are welcome. And he's going to Nigeria specifically, isn't he? I know he visits a few countries. Spent a lot of time in Nigeria. Nigerians are, I don't know, kind of different. They're all sort of focused on making it, aren't they? On going up that ladder. So, yeah. You starting she. He said no. Yeah, I can't say this. YTE people. That's probably why you're mad. I don't understand what you're saying, TK. Speak English, for heaven's sakes, and I'll read it out. Where did Bomani state no? Okay. I'm going to try and say this in a way in which, because I don't want the algorithms to go down. Where did Bomani say that? Okay, in movement, I'll say this. So he said it in one of his videos, and I was searching for his video today. I couldn't find it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it for you Saturday, okay, when I find it, because I'm also going to ask him to come on Saturday as well. Give me a second. Okay. So he has secured 80 acres. It's 80 acres he's secured to build this pan-African village. So this Black Star village, clearly, he has a lot to do with Marcus Garvey. If you go on his channel, you see that he's done a lot for Marcus Garvey Day, something that I know Marcus Garvey was Jamaican, but I don't worship no man. Okay, so yeah, he's clearly focused on the diaspora, anyone who can afford those houses in the diaspora. But I don't know the concrete reason why he would just categorically say no Africans. I mean, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he says. Tons of AA YouTubers in Africa doing good and have businesses there. That's true. Brawley Turner, AA are welcome. Many are already building in Ghana, but no separatism on the continent. Yeah, and that's exactly what we don't want. He pulled that name out of thin air. He probably just pulled it because he likes it. I'll watch this matter from a distance. I hope the whole matter gets cleared up. Okay, thank you, Mr. Uganda. He's not ADOS, no. I think he's Jamaican, but he lived in the United States for a considerable amount of time. And I'm just getting that from his accent, because he speaks with a Caribbean accent mixed with an American accent, pretty strong American accent. So I have a feeling he's from the Caribbean but moved to the United States. Yes, he is targeting AAs, but he did not say only AAs. He has a tour company coming to Ghana twice a year since 2006. So most of his customers are AAs. It's interesting. Bradley Turner, DIASPORANS is not a good example. A scammer that doesn't use his forged passport at the airport because will be taken. Wow, African Fang tribe. Do you truly think that's what's happened? Do you think he went back and used his American passport? I mean, many people get passports in the diaspora. If you have an American passport or a British passport, you want another passport, don't you? But it's never really for the reasons, like, I don't know. DIASPORANS isn't planning to stay in Ghana, in Nigeria for, you know, or wherever he is. I'm not sure where he is. He could be in Ghana. He's not planning on staying there for a very, very long time. So maybe he's just going to visit. I think he never said anything about staying there. So, yeah, I have a feeling that he might have used his American passport to go in, knowing that he's coming out at some point soon. The unapologetic Negropean. Candy colors. His land, his call, he paid for it. I doubt anyone would like anyone dictating what they can do with something they paid for. Non-black outsiders are challenged on this. Well, have a think about this candy colors. Is it legal? Now, somebody else asked that question earlier. Is it legal? Does it matter if it's legal? You know, even if it's legal, is it morally defensible? You can try and morally defend it, but I don't think it is. Sounds like separatism to me. Sounds like apartheid to me. You know, based on your ethnicity. Come on, man. Yeah, I don't know. Let's have a look. I think he was trying to call himself Bomani. Oh, come on, I didn't see that, bugger. Let's share ideas. AAs are not from Ghana. Most of them were taken from Nigeria. But why they keep coming to Ghana? We don't want them to bring the African American lifestyle to Ghana to destroy our innocence. Oh, okay. So, do you truly believe that? Let's share ideas. You know, I'm guessing you do because you wrote it, but I'm just hoping you're not saying this because when we go back to Africa, and you may not know this because you may not be a diasporan. I doubt if you're a diasporan. If you're a diasporan, you're going back to Africa. A lot of us don't know where we came from. I know where Jamaicans came from. I know we kind of came from the Gold Coast, didn't we? Oh, if you're Ghanaian, tell me what the word Jamaica means. Doesn't it mean something like we stay here forever or we stay here permanently? The word Jamaica comes from an Akan language. Not sure which language it was, but yeah, you know. So we're quite confident that we're from there. But you know, there's so much mixing between the people. There's so much mixing that, I mean, did we even need to know where we came from? I think I put this in a video about a year ago. You shouldn't even ask, because so many of those tribes were at war with one another, and once they beat the rival tribe, they would assimilate the survivors and use them as, you know, indentured slaves, or, you know, they would integrate them into their own societies and grow their own tribes. So, you know, do we even need to know where we came from? I could say that I've come from tribe A, but really my family was originally from tribe C. But how am I supposed to know that? They were from tribe C because they had a war against the Akan, and the Akan beat the Fante or whatever. You don't know. So we as diasporans, we tend to be a bit, you know, we're not strict with it. You know, we just pick something we like at times, you know, just like the way this gentleman chose his name, Bomani Tyhemba. You know, he chose his name. So you choose something you like, something that means something to you, even if he's not Nigerian. Let's have a look. Victor Thomas, you already have great wealth separation in Africa. This is it, isn't it? You already have that big disparity. And when you get a group of people coming in from the United States, coming in with their children, with, and let's be honest, most of them have a good income, you know, they've done well for themselves, more so than many other ethnicities, African ethnicities. When you have those people coming in, the balance is going to be messed up a bit. Perhaps for the good, perhaps for the worse. You never know. It could raise the standard of living for everybody else. Or perhaps, you know, a lot of the people in power will see your children, sorry about that, will see your children as the as competition for only a few small governmental positions in Sweden or in some other nice country. Let's have a look. For the love of money, OJ's come to mind. Oh my God, do I have to get on the mic to prove this? Yeah, you can, wait there. Oh God, sorry, give me a second. I'm going to copy to, okay, so I've just posted the old, the link. So if you want to come in, have your say on this. If you think it's right, let me know what you think. If you think it's wrong, let me know what you think. Tell me the reasons why you think it's wrong. It'd be interesting to see what you guys have to say about this. BW Sampson, it is evident that you do not know Bomani Tyhemba. He does not have to tell you everything about his plans and organization. Clearly he doesn't. It's not going to stop me from talking about him now. Let's have a look. No. What is this? Oh, why is that not? For fuck's sakes. Ancestry DNA is not precise. Most West Africans are mixed with one another. That's very true, Ni Amu. That is very, very true. For your information, I have been traveling to Africa since the mid-1980s. As we speak, the construction of my building is going on. Wow. I know, support, and a part of Bomani's, and you are part of Bomani's organization. That's good. It's really good. There are more than one way to invest in Africa's development via publicly traded stock. That is a very good thing. That's not you, Mia, is it? That's not you in your profile pic. Anyway, yeah, that's very true. You can do that. There are many other ways you can invest in Africa. You don't have to do it this way. But this is not really about investing. It's about people planning to move back to Africa. I think that's what this Black Star Village is all about. But listen, if somebody who is, you know, a German European comes to that place and puts an offer for 5 houses so that they can rent it out to whoever, would they stop? I don't think they would. Would they say no? No. They'd take that money. Absolutely, they would take that money. I'm going to try and post this again. I don't know what's going on with this goddamn StreamYard. Let's have a look. See if it comes on. Ghana and Gambia should shut their borders. Wow. Come on, man. Hey. Why? Why, Lisa Susu? Why should they shut their borders? What good is it going to have? It's only going to hurt your economy. That was for money, because back in the day, Black Americans were banned from going to Ghana. Is that true? I didn't know that. I did not know that. Some, like Ton, want to hate on Ghana, but too late. Ha 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 ha. Ghana is blessed. Ghana flag, Ghana flag, Ghana flag. God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong. I like that. There's no language barrier in South Africa. Did I say there was a language barrier? I don't know if you're talking about me. No language barrier, but you know, there are barriers there. Perhaps even worse so. South African is very unstable. Bad idea. That's walking into danger. Are you Fanti? Are you asking me if I'm Fanti? Apparently I'm oh gosh. Well, I don't know. I make the assumption that I'm a Fanti. But the Akan, the Fanti, and the Ashanti, they got pretty mixed up during the slave trade. So I don't think there's any one solid answer to that. But because I'm from originally from that sort of area, the Gold Coast, then you could make the assumption that I could be any of those, definitively. The Akan, yeah. I think it's because I'm tired. That's why. You are not Fante. Lies. Jamaicans usually hate Africans. Now you're all trying to move there. LMA. Jamaicans hate Africans. When have you heard that? Lisa Susu. Or is it really Lisa Susu? Yeah, I like it when people talk like this. You are not Fante. Lies. So who are you? Really? Anyway, he is in South Africa. He's having a good time. Oh, good. That's good to hear. Let's share ideas. Don't need AAs. Sorry. Nigerians scared of AAs. Bad lifestyle. If they were, don't people then? We see Nigerians fighting to take them. I didn't quite understand what you said there. Let's share ideas. National anthem, first couple of lines, in case you don't know the unapologetic Negropean. And no, You are not Ghanaian, maybe Nigerian. Actually, how do you know that? You don't know that. You have no idea, so why would you even say this? Oh, sorry, wait there. Sorry, I missed that. Fantis and Ashantis are Akan subgroups. Okay, yeah, they weren't at war, but I know the Fantis were at war with the Fantis and the Ashantis were at war with one another. They were still at war with one another. Yeah, because the Ashantis were the ones that were in bed, so to speak, with the British, and they were the ones shipping off the Fantis wholesale over to the Americas. Ghana needs African Americans. Does Ghana need African Americans or not? Akans were hardly sold as slaves. They were warriors and used to rebel much. Thank you very much, Lisa Susu. I did mention this actually. And there was a British law which came into effect where they banned the sale of Akans because they were too much trouble. They were causing all the slave rebellions. And once they rebelled, well, escaped. We're not even going to say a rebellion because that would mean that they rebelled against some sort of law. And there was no law. These people were just, captured and they were freeing themselves. That's all they were doing. So let's try and get that right. Yeah, they were warriors and they clearly knew how to fight. They were trained warriors and they did what they had to do. But I got to be careful with the way I speak here. Ghana used AA for slavery, tourism. Now you want Nigerians to clean up your mess. We have our own problems. Wow. And that, I said that last time. They shouldn't have done something like that. There is no way on this planet that they should be charging Americans to go and see this bloody slave castle. I mean, come on, man. There were people walking out of that slave castle all traumatized anyway. But what, you're going to go ahead and do something like that too? Man, that's out of order. It's well out of order. Charging people. Jamaicans try to give Africans a hard time. Which Jamaicans? You can't just put a blanket on all Jamaicans and say they're all this, that, and the other. Some Jamaicans worship some Africans like they're gods. You know that? I'm trying to put this link in, actually, but it's not allowing me to put it in. Look, I'll try it again. It's bloody StreamYard. Let's have a look. Come on, StreamYard. No, it's not working. There must be something going on with StreamYard itself. Oh, wait a minute, it posted. No, it didn't. Wow. Anyway, it's not working. Why build slave castles if the reed are not slave to be had? I don't understand that. Lisa Susu, cite your sources for your information. Thingy, Wikipedia. You can cite them from there if you're asking. All that stuff is in Wikipedia. From Overhearst and Objective One. So if you want to see it there, I won't put a link because I can't put a link apparently now. But yeah, it says it there. That's not to mean that it's correct because it's in Wikipedia clearly. But now one is talking about me and my country, and people here they talk shite about you on that channel too. Oh really? African Fan Club, are you talking about Equatorial Guinea? excuse me, were no slaves to be had from Ghana? Apparently not. The Fantes are the ones that sold the Akans. Still to this day, we call Fante people wannabe. Oh, really? Wow. I'm not sure how true that is. I don't hate AA. Actually, those that were taken from Africa, we love you. True. It's up to the individuals not to be used. That's very true. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my little monologue because I can't have people on. It's not allowing me to post comments. You know, StreamYard is really disappointing me lately. It's really disappointing me. Anyway, after reading some of your messages, it's clear that some of you appreciate it and others don't. Others don't believe that we need African Americans, but we as Africans in general, whether you be from the diaspora or whether you be from the continent, we are the types of people who are very self-sufficient. So we don't, perhaps we've learned to adapt and survive by doing things on our own, you know. So perhaps we are more isolated for that reason. I don't know. Let's have a look. Ani Oluweli, stop exploiting AAs because they are emotional. And don't they have a right to be? Don't they have a right to be emotional? If you look at their history. Let's have a look. Okay. Yeah, it's not allowing me to post this bloody thing. Okay, guys, I can see you. Calm down in the chat section now, guys. Calm down. All Ghanaians call Fante people wannabe whites. Why would I lie? I don't think all Ghanaians say that, do they? Lisa Susu, correct, and the majority were all Akans and Northerners. It's horrible. That is horrible. Okay, we're coming up to an hour, so this is a good time for me to start winding down. But I would say this, let me wind down by saying this. Guys, we are so much stronger together. We're so much stronger. And when you are planning your move back to Africa, if you're planning to move back and it's a permanent move, then please think about this. Don't think about yourself, think about your children. If you start sticking them in a private school where they're going to be surrounded by other Euros, you know, then what's the point in moving? There's no point. Remember what I said earlier? It's the people that makes the environment, not whether you have fancy buildings. Go to Dubai now. Dubai is horrible, right? Okay, wait a minute, that's a bad example. Go to Saudi Arabia. You know, you'll only see men out. Women don't tend to go out. You'll only see men, and they do what they want. You know, it's a different environment. It has big skyscrapers and everything, and it's really nice. Or is it? No. The people in rural Mexico, where it's all poor and everything, those people, they're gold. They're incredible. You must have seen that yourself if you've been there. They're the most incredible people I've ever met. Okay, so so that's what I'm saying. I think that we need to focus on working with one another. Don't make the decision for yourself, but make the decision not for your children, but for your children's children. You need to think in generations. You need to think like they do. They think about it in generations. They don't, yeah, they have a bit more leeway to think about, so they don't have to worry about their children financially. They can think about their grandchildren and give them a head, you know, when they pass on, give them a bit of help. You know, they can do that. We can do it as well. A lot of us do that already. But this is what it's all about: building generational wealth. And one of that type of wealth, we're not just talking about money, we're talking about giving our children to children's children the ability to have these bonds, you know, these bonds with other Africans, their age, to know people in certain places, and to do that because you're a networker. That is what I mean. Some weird rhetoric here. Slaves were taken from Gambia, Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, Congo. For starters, taken to the Caribbean, Americas, Latin America, and they were intermixed. Yeah, they were. But you got to remember, they weren't just taken by one people. They were taken by many entities and nations. So the ones from the Congo mostly went to northern Brazil, right? And or the Portuguese speaking. I need to get some rest. Oh, man. Or the Portuguese speaking countries. So yeah. Video call. I can't do that. I don't, man, this is so annoying. This is why I'm ending this early, because this is very annoying. I can't believe that I cannot do a let's have a look if we can paste it in. I can't believe I cannot do a live chat. It's very annoying. Anyways, so yeah, guys, we're going to go back into this on Saturday. We're going to talk a bit more on this, and hopefully I'll be able to invite you people on there, so you can give your own opinions on this one. It'll be really interesting to hear what your thoughts are. Is this okay to divide those people up, to divide up those ethnicities? It's just the way that we do it sometimes in the West. Should we be enforcing that on the people of Ghana, Tanzania, Nigeria, Gambia, Senegal? Should we be doing that? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. I'm going to go get some sleep. Anyway, so guys, thank you for watching. Saturday, I'm going to try it again, okay? I'm going to try it again on Saturday, and I'm going to ask this gentleman, I'm going to ask Bomani to come in and have an interview with me so he can clear this up. Got some good stuff coming up tomorrow as well, guys. Got a nice video. Yeah, I'm going to wait until tomorrow to announce it, but you're going to like it. It is time to sleep in Europe. It is time to sleep, but I wake up really early, so I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning. You know, I always wake up at 4 for some reason. So guys, thank you for watching. Thank you very much for watching. I want to say thank you. What was that about? Wasn't me. Anyway, guys. So yeah, thank you to my Patreons. Thank you very much. Nigerians don't like when their children do bad. Do you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to allow you guys to continue talking in here. It'll be interesting. I'm going to add my little 2 cents every now and again. So I'm going to allow this to run for another 10 minutes because it sounds as if you guys are in it. And I like it when you guys educate yourselves. So guys, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one. I'm going to bed. Ta-ra a bit. Ta-ra a bit, guys. Thank you for coming.